Hello, welcome to day two. So, where we left off, we met some new friends, we met our love interest, and then we went stargazing. So right now, this is what's going on. And look at my Pookie, he's so mad, but like I like you more because whatever. Anyways, this is hubby right here. But so we need to prioritize him a little more than we did the other day. I don't really know what I could have said to make him like love me. So I don't know. Sorry, I had to get some water in me. Got a candle on. It's nice and cozy in here. So let's play. The loud ringing of the school bell rang across the hallway, making you jerk out of your thoughts. You feel someone shaking you awake. You sat up and met face to face with Crow. Well, good morning, Sleeping Beauty. You let out a yawn and rubbed your eyes, and you looked around at your fellow classmates who are now gone from their seats as it's lunchtime. What did I miss? Nothing important. So if you're having doubts, I can lend you my notes afterwards. Thanks, Crow. You're a lifesaver. Anything for you? Anything for me? You're called a little dream you had last night. I could shake it off as you stretched, popping a few joints before you got up and went to your class with Crow in tow. You met up with your group of friends. Yeah, they're our friends now. Waiting by the lockers and Brittany coming along behind Jess, and you waved at them. They're such a fun little group. I have to imagine like we're cute and fun too, you know? Good noon to you all. Regards, Daryl. How was class? Boring and boring, so I had to be out there. One more useless minor, and I'll be out of here. Gio just shrugged, a hand in his hoodie pocket, while the other was on their phone. I'm like losing my mind right now reading this because so many words. We go to at we gotta at least do something in our major today though, which I'm glad about. More papers, but it was at least something. I love Brittany. She's so iconic. Look at her. She reminds me of like little like My Little Pony. You know, like she's so fun. Enough about paper, so about the Halloween party. Any ideas for costume yet? They talked to each other, the corner of your eyes, and you noticed a familiar figure. It was Soul. He came out of the costume with another person behind him, seemingly bored out of his mind. What if we call him over? We're gonna call him over. Not sparing the group a moment, you make your eyes toward Soul. As Soul almost instantly notices you, a visibly smile makes his way to space. His companion notices and changes in attitude and turns their attention to where you are. Hi there, you're friends with Sunny? 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 He pats Soul on the back of the head, causing the taller male to jerk slightly forward. Soul gives him an irritated look, observing the way his face is slowly turning red. He's so cute! Love me a shy baby. You know, because he's such a sunshine, he's Sunny. You let out a small giggle, shifting your eyes towards Soul, and he catches your gaze on his. Upon landing eye contact, Soul quickly averts his gaze away from yours, holding up his hand as he tries his hardest to hide his face away. Like a nickname? Yes, Sunny loves the nickname I gave him. Right, Sunny? Soul remains silent, refusing to meet your gaze. That's so cute. And look at him and his little blush. For a moment, the three of you were all silent before a shorter male speaks up for once. You sure have. Hey, Sunny, she's very pretty, just like you said. A blush makes its way onto your face, scratching the back of your head, and you bit your bottom lip and let out a small pink. Why is he not blushing anymore? You should be very blushy right now. Anyways, nice to meet you. My name's Hugo, and this big old grumpy beast friend. Ken's, it was a pleasure to meet you too. He extends his hand for you to take, which you merely accept by shaking it and puts it back on his side, a smile on his face as he did so. Then you hear a group of footsteps behind you. Hugo first noticed the group behind you as he raised his head to meet one of their gazes. There you are, Kins. You just ran off like that. I got kind of worried. You with these people? Oh, that's right. Ah, sorry for running off like that. Yeah. Sol, Hugo, these are my friends. Turn your body to face Crow and the others while your gaze is still fixed on the duo. Oh, he's looking down. Crow gives the two a smile and a small wave. Daryl came up first, extending his hand for one of the two to take. Nice to meet you. I'm Daryl. If you haven't heard yet, I'm the ace on our school's football club. He said with a smile. Hugo took his hand with a shake. Following up is Brittany as she stares with a hand on her hip while Jess was twiddling her fingers as she stuck close to Brittany's side. Hey, how's it going? Hello. Between Brittany, Jess, and Daryl, it seems that the only tall jock was the most enthusiastic out of all of them in his newfound friendship. I'm Hugo. I've heard about you, Daryl. Nice to meet you too. Thankfully, Hugo returns the same energy as the jock. I'm Jericho, but people call me Crow. Nice to make your acquaintance. Corinne handed out his hand for Sol to shake. However, Sol didn't shake it. Sol's like, no. Oh, I thought choosing to talk to him would, do something. There was a slight awkwardness in the air between the two males, but he quietly, slowly retraced his hand back. No way! The atmosphere between you two, however, was cut short when Hugo gave a loud gasp and marched toward Gio, who was way behind the group with a visible scowl on his face. Gio's eyes darkened as he tried to step back, but Hugo was quick on his feet as he engulfed the taller male into a hug. Okay, so they're both, I think that's Japanese. I don't want to see your ugly face the entire day. No, the entire semester, but just my luck seems to be slipping. Hey now, that's not a nice way to greet your brother. Oh, they're siblings. Another loud gasp was heard. This time it came from Daryl. He points at Gio quite dramatically. You have a brother, Gio! Oh, great. Another one. That's big brother to you. Everyone's attention was now on the three of them. Brittany seemingly amused by Gio's newfound dilemma. Crow just chuckled while Jess was surprised as well. Alright. Hugo started finally letting go of Gio. The sad male was cursing under his breath as he composed himself and fixed his now ruffled hair as he walked towards you. We're actually going to take rooftop for lunch today. We were hoping that you would like to come with us, he says, now standing beside Sol. Sol looks at you with anticipation. Yeah, we'll join them. I mean, sure. Oh, but I need to tell the others first, if that's okay. Sure thing. Take your time. Thanking and excusing yourself from the duo, you turn to the group, specifically Crow. Nervousness suddenly engulfed you as you tapped the blue-eyed male on the shoulder. Crow tilted his head and turned his full attention to you. Is it alright for me to come with them for today? I'm fine with it. Oh! He paused as if suddenly remembering something. But you have to ask Brittany for that as well. Upon hearing your name, Brittany turned her head towards you. You noticed a basket around one of her arms. Brittany, however, didn't give you the choice to ask. You can go ahead, Ken. You can join us whenever you want to. Guys, I thought she was going to be so mean. Why is she actually a little sweetheart? And she's just iconic. She gives you a smile, surprising you a bit. You excused yourself from the group before going with Sol and Hugo. Hugo gives a smile. You turn to Sol. He gives you a smile of his own. His shoulders relax as if he was relieved. Okay. Cool. Let's go then. Hugo walks to his usual spot. He got himself seated on a bench that you somehow never noticed before. Sol follows along. His hand is large, wrapped box that caught your interest. Sol notices you from the corner of his eye, the edges of his lips moving upward. He loves us. He pointed to the box hesitantly in Sol's hand. Is that your lunch, Sol? You can say that. Sol unwraps the cloth and shows you 3 bento boxes. He takes out the first bento. It was settled on top before giving the second one to Hugo. Hugo happily accepts the box, thanking Sol before taking out his own chopsticks. Opening the container, Hugo lets out a sound, his eyes sparkling and drool slowly seeping out of the corner of his mouth. You actually listened, and? Did you cut these tiny sausages into octopuses? Keep your voice down, it's ringing in my ear. I love him. Wait, I need to take a picture. Placing the box gently into his lap, Hugo rummages through his pockets before taking out his phone, opening his phone's camera, and he starts clicking away. Hugo lifts the container back to his hands, but not before turning to you and showing you what he keeps gushing about. Oh my! It's adorable, isn't it? It is really cute. Oh, the little stars. I really want a bento box so bad. There, you see, are various ranges of food, rice shaped into a mat to match a moth seaweed design for the face. Right below are sausages, egg roll, sushi, broccoli with chiz. I almost feel too bad to eat it, especially how cute this little guy is. Hugo points at the silk moth-shaped rice. Without wasting another second, he starts to dig in, scarfing down the rice like a wild, hungry animal. Did you make this by yourself, Sol? You can say that. Why is he so rah-rah? Sol answers, opening his own container. You thought you'd seen another form of food art made by Sol himself within a container, but instead were greeted by a simple ham and cheese sandwich. He takes out a slice, but before he can take a bite, he turns to you. Have you eaten? No. Sol's eyes went wide and Hugo gave you a shocked look. Before you knew it, Sol takes out another box and settles it into your lap. That's why I said I didn't bring anything, because I wanted him to give me the other box. You can have this. It's an extra. Don't play. You made it for me. I know you did. I know you made it for me. Kicking my feet over here. Why do you have an extra? I didn't like how this looks, but I figured I can let Hugo finish it. It's a waste of ingredients. Oh, you don't have to, Sol. Really? No. I insist. Oh, for crap's sake, just eat the same box. Hugo, who's clearly had enough of the back and forth banter, suggests the idea before returning to his own box. Sol hesitates, but eventually takes out a spoon and fork, handing them to you. I don't want to tease him! You decline his offer for the utensil, and he raises his brows in confusion. You don't want the fork, or you prefer the spoon? I have chopsticks if you want. Oh, this isn't the way. Look at how cute he is. He's literally adorable, and I'm obsessed with him. Okay. No, nothing of the sort. Then what is it? I want you to feed me! Sol's breath hitched and his face went bright red at your wild suggestion. Hugo gives you both a side eye at your proclamation, and that was enough for him to stop eating and shoot you both a judgmental look as if saying, really? Right in front of my bento? He scoots a bit away from you two, not wanting to be part of your little fiasco as he returns to his meal. Sol, however, was nervous for a bit, his eyes still transfixed on yours. You couldn't believe what you asked from him. Why didn't you laugh after you said it? Or at least after the reaction. Now you're just like, no, like I meant what I said when I said it. Are you just gonna go keep staring at her or what? Shut up! I'll feed her. Sol takes the spoon in hand, a little bit too harshly, scoops out some rice and places and a piece of sausage, his whole face turning red to the point that it reaches the tops of his ears. Wait, okay, are we even now? Ha ha! Oh, wait, no, he's sad. But he's happy, and we like him more. I love this screen though, by the way. Ah! He took a bite and chewed. The mixture of flavors was nice. It was fluffy and great. It's amazing. Delicious. This is really good. Hugo nods along. I know, right? You'd honestly be surprised. So, guys, why do you do this to me? Making a lunch for Hugo, or you make a great house husband. What if I just was like, you be a great house husband? So I imagine that you're definitely racist. You really think so? I do really think so. So it's definitely my house husband material because wait, what just got interrupted? How do I see the dialogue? History. Dang it, you're not gonna tell me what it said! He can cook, he can clean, he can do anything! I'd rather not be your own personal butler. That was a compliment. The two banter, but you couldn't help looking at Soul and the way his eyes sparkle. They almost reminded you of bright fireworks during the New Year. Look how cute he is! Soul went quiet, his gaze lost in thought. This caught your attention, tilting your head to the side as you called out his name. Soul? You okay there? What? Oh. I'm fine, Ken. Perfectly fine. But there was hesitation in his voice. Like him. You said something? He clears his throat, his back straightened and his eyes closed. That person. The one with braids. Person? Does he mean Crow? You mean Crow? For a split second, his gaze darkens. He's like, I don't like him. He's my rival. And this is Yandere Simulator, guys. Sir, he's gonna kill him. Yeah. Oh, he's pissed. Can I ask you something? This confused you a bit. What made him interested all of a sudden? And towards Crow, nonetheless. Maybe he'd like to know more about him. Crow is known to be very friendly. Maybe that's not it. Sure, what is it that you'd like to ask me? Do you like him? Your heart drops and you nearly choked on your own spit. No! I feel like no is like too much. But then maybe is like gonna get him killed. I'm like, ah! So, do you like him? No. Maybe? I'm gonna go with no. No. That can be taken both ways. What makes you say that? Nothing of the sort. Husband lingered within his orange orb, unsure whether to believe you or not. I don't know if I want you to believe me or not. Wanting to change the subject before he gets any more suspicious, you blurt out the same question he threw at you. How about you, Soul? Surely there's someone you like. He smirks, the very same grin he makes when you tease him makes his way up to his handsome face. Why? You interested? As if. A mild blush rips from your face as you try to diffuse this topic. Aw, look at him smiling at us. Soul chuckles from the way that you stammered and fidget, his gaze softening. So cute. He loves us. Hugo eventually finished. Oh, I forgot Hugo was even here. Tucking it away, wrapping it up. And he walks towards us. Is this what you guys do every day? Or at least when you both get together? You raise the question. Hugo turned his head with a slight tilt. What do you mean? You mean Soul giving me lunch? He just keeps forgetting to bring his own. Hugo pouts. And you never finish yours, so I do the honor of ever finishing good food. Thank you very much. Those bento box art. What inspired them, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, you don't know? Shut it. Go, go. Go, go. Oh, now we're using the nicknames now, Sunny. How sweet of you. Yes. See here, Ken's my old pal here just makes food art like the typical artist that he is. He never bothers to finish it, much less eat it. And he really loves cute things, like with a finger under his chin, Hugo ponders for a short moment, trying to remember something off the top of his head, but to no avail. He turns to his friend, arm crossed, seemingly uninterested in answering whatever inquiry Hugo is going to throw at him. What was the name of that plush horse, Sonny? Like hell am I answering that? Boo. He owns a plush horse? Soul owns plushies? Oh, that's so cute! Soul bites his lip, his face turning red upon the reveal of his little secret. You're making me fall in love with you. That's so cute. You're just full of surprises, Soul. He says nothing and fixes his choker with a red blush tinting his face, making its way to the tips of his ears. But appreciates your compliment nonetheless. Looks can be deceiving. This makes you wonder, why do people never bother to notice him? Why don't people want to get to know him? Maybe they just never gave him the chance because of how he looks, not to mention his intimidating height. I love a taller man! But he isn't like that at all. In fact, he can be considered a gentle giant. Right now, he's a gentle giant. Time passed for a while, and now Hugo and Soul are both leaning against the railings, observing the view below them. Curious, you make your way to where they are. Hugo and Soul seem to be looking at something below. Their faces solemn and serious. Hugo's face is blank, while Soul's expression is a mixture of irritation and aggravation. You look down at a group of well-dressed people. They don't stand out because of the way they're dressed. They stand out because of how they walk. They're not from here, but the school's logo on their chest says otherwise. They look so fancy. They look rich, dangerous. Can't help but hold your gaze to the tallest one in the group, an adult, staff member, maybe teacher. He has an eye patch and a large scar. It sends shivers down your spine. High class mugs. Soul exclaims with pure disgust coating his tone, not hiding a single bit as he pulls away from the railings and returns to the benches where you last were. High class? Ah. You don't know about the hierarchy, Ken. No, not that I'm aware of. First time I've heard of it. How come I've never heard or seen one of them throughout the school years here? Hugo lets out a low chuckle and his attention still on the group below. His gaze darkened, not matching his happy-go-lucky attitude. The person before us holds a different version of Hugo. I don't blame you. No one likes talking about them anyway. Okay, Hugo having his own little moment. Let him go. How come I've never heard of the hierarchy before? It's like a hidden thing. But that's what we all call it. The school, no. The entire city. Is like a fighting pit. Whoever is the most powerful has a better chance of living good life here. You will come to the school to gain a second chance in life. To achieve that, you have to make yourself well known. Make them think you're worth your time. If not, you're on your own. He sends a chilling glare to the group below. Why can I not speak? The school's building isn't actually the real thing. Wait, the school's map says the address. That's where they fool you. You might think it's right, but we are all sorted based on our backgrounds. The real school building is way farther than where we are. Their campus is 10 times bigger and better. They get proper classes, have better equipment, everything's just better. Here, we only get the short end of the stick. The afterthought, if you will. If I had to guess, the well-off are in the main building? That's right. Son of a duke. Daughter of a businessman? Heck, as long as you're rich, you're in. Your chances for having a better education rest there. If you are part of the high class, then you will have a better chance of having a successful and stable life. But don't we have students here who are like super rich? You're called Crow, introducing you to Jess, her being the daughter of a family owning a large company, but how come she's not part of high class? There are some who ended up shifted down and moved to our building. Either they failed a class or got a violation. They didn't want the type of stain on their reputation, so they sent them here. Of course, some didn't appreciate that. They see us as someone lower than them. Hence, Hugo glances at Soul, the male now busying himself with a sketch pad, soft look flashing in his eyes like a mother would worry over their kid. There, you understood something. Oh. They have to fight the weak to feel something, huh? They sound like nothing but bullies. How come someone didn't step in to complain? Hugo laughs at your words like you told him the best joke of his life. He shakes his head in agreement. If only it was that easy. Laughter dies down, expression going back to solemn as he scratches the back of his head. Actually, Ken, in this city, no one really cares. Money's the only thing revolving around the city. Got no cash, you're done for. Which is why people like us are desperate to get into the higher class. If you so dare complain, he contemplates what to say next. Instead, he gives you a warning look. Sky blue eyes once reminded you of summer skies. How could they become sharp icicles now? You're better off dead. With one last look, Hugo lets out a sigh. But that's the sad reality here. The attention is good, great even. Your chances to get a stable life and even knock stardom in the high. You're part of high class, much less graduate there. I don't want to ask anything else. I don't care about this. I'm sorry, guys. I don't care. I care about the romance aspect. And right now we win it. City's corrupted, which makes me question, how are you able to get in the city? The better question is, why did you enroll in school? If you don't mind me asking, you're not from here. Your eyes widen at the words the well-dressed man said. No, I refuse. Hens, I thought you said you're not taking this farm, my home. Cut your father's words off, marching towards the tall man with loud, heavy footsteps. Okay, we sassy. Tall man raised a brow, raising his hand for his men to stop. His deep magenta eyes then turned to look straight at you and sent a chill down your spine. Whoa, a bit feisty seeing that this is our first time meeting, right? Let me introduce myself first. My name is... But you can call me Mr. Z. Okay, Mr. Z. Very bougie. And as for our little agenda, how about this, little lamb? You manage to pay off your debt in the next 5 years. I'll let you off the hook and let you keep your land. 5 years? You can handle that. Maybe working 3 jobs would do it for you. He tuts, waving a finger in front of your face. He looks down at you, reminding you of your place. A mischievous smile dancing on his features. But I have conditions you need to meet. You went silent, your heart pound. I want you to stay in the city. The city? But we can't even afford to take her to college. What more moving in the city? Your father interrupts the man mid-sentence. The man merely gives your father a side eye, making him freeze. No need to worry. She'll be under my jurisdiction, of course. I'll provide her education and accommodation. Suddenly he bursts out in laughter, throwing his head back. See? I'm not that cruel. Won't you agree, Ken? Like I said before, I want you to pay off your debt. Land doesn't come cheap, darling. I've been very patient with how long this land's payment's been postponed. Sudden jerk on your collar made your heart thump. He was mad. Kids! Not one step, old man. He screams at your father, not sparing him a glance and holding onto your collar. You try to claw his hand, but to no avail. You're losing air. Listen here, punk. I don't care what kind of method you're gonna do in order to make more money. A dark smile appeared on his face, and it sent a shiver down your spine. Being a good citizen and getting a part-time job like the rest, or whore yourself out in strip clubs, legal or illegal, I don't care, as long as you reach the amount. If not, well, you can say goodbye to your little farmland. He says that with a gleam in his eyes. Letting go of your collar, he lets you take a deep breath of air. I'm bored with this. I don't care about the backstory. Is that bad? Like, I know it's probably important, but I'm just like, I don't care. I'm here for a romance game, not to figure out about some dark secret society. I don't care about that. So little fun. What's it gonna be? You didn't decline, even though your dad wanted to. You agreed. You think he might throw you another form of debt for letting his son you in the city. There was something about this man that screamed dangerous. But you were too desperate not to lose your home, your only home. TikTok, sweet thing. I haven't got all day. The tall man's gaze is still fixed on you, waiting for your answer. Do you accept? You recall the dream you had this morning. It felt as if it happened yesterday, despite the events being nearly 4 years ago, and you're still being haunted by the deal the tall man offered you. Okay, so I guess that's why we're in the city. Sorry, I'm grabbing a snack. I don't know if my mic is gonna cut out, but okay, if that kind of makes some sense. I got lychee mochi, and guys, lychee literally tastes like as if you're like eating air fresh. Like I don't think I like it, but I don't like hate it. But it's like not the best thing ever. You observe the way your face hardened, the way your eyebrows arched, and the drop of sweat dripping amongst the cool autumn wind. There he understood. Let me guess, something you can't avoid. Honestly, I don't know. My father never disclosed why we were in debt. But I was desperate not to lose my home. I need to make it up to the higher class no matter what. 3 jobs isn't cutting off the way I want it to be. I'm running out of time. This is the last year here and I'm barely making any progress. Hugo's gaze remains, but you haven't answered his question. Tell him about the farm. What sort of farm? Well, we have wheat fields, animals like cows and horses. Horses, I bet Soul's gonna love that place. That sounds nice. I'd love to move out of the city once in a while. You give him a small smile. Yeah, some might say it's boring, but it's not. You used to pet horses and cows. Well, you should invite me to Seoul. Having a tour would be a great change of scenery. But that means you're a long way from home. Don't you miss it? A little bit. That's alright. It's normal to feel a little homesick. I heard great things about the city, about the school. He just stayed silent. If I can manage to come on top and be a part of the higher class like you said, maybe I can save my family's farm. Pressing his arm, he says nothing and looks at you one last time before letting out an endearing chuckle. You remind me of her. Of her? Ah! I'm rambling, don't mind me. Having been caught red-handed, he waves his hands in slight panic, his face now red as a cherry, and you tilt your head in confusion. Just then you felt a presence behind you. Turning around, you're met with Soul, his glare stinging in the direction of Hugo. The shorter mount, however, didn't mind it. He's probably used to it. It's almost time. We should head back. Alright. With nothing else to do, the three of you left the rooftop and you had a conversation when you lost your footing. Footing. Kids! Whoa, are you alright there, Kins? Yeah, thanks, Soul. Eyes wide in shock as you hold on to Soul's arm tight, his other arm wrapped around your waist as he pulls you close to his chest. You can feel both of your heartbeats, Ren. Pulling away, you steady your footing, observing the stairs, cursing how weirdly formed it was. Be careful next time. Sheesh. This school and its bad architecture is also one of the few flaws here. The stairs are all wonky. It's also why it's forbidden to go up here. We're troublemakers, though. Hugo lets out a cocky grin and then goes down the stairs at much ease as if it's nothing to him. What a menace. Turning to Soul, you grab his shoulder and he didn't mind as you used him to guide down the stairs. The bell rang. Now it's time to go to class, and Hugo groaned. I don't want to go to class. I hate my history teacher as much as my coach in archery. Why don't you skip then? Hugo's eyes popped open. It became bright like a light bulb appearing out of his head. Soul knows exactly what that look means. Don't tell me you're actually gonna... I'm gonna skip class. How about it? F this school. They're gonna treat us so badly, then let's be the bad guy. A mischievous way made its way onto Hugo's face. Soul already knew what that look meant. Sighing as he did so, he turns to you waiting for your response to Hugo's offer. So quitting is quite a gamble. Then again, your teacher probably only do a boring introduction. Missing one wouldn't hurt, would it? Girl, we cannot afford to skip. The idea of skipping seems thrilling, but I can't afford to skip this one. You have some important projects your teacher's going to throw out at you, and you're going to end up being behind because skipping one class. Thanks for the offer, but I can't afford to miss this one. Hugo's shoulders slumped, quite disappointed. That's alright, maybe we can hang out next time then. Soul turns to you. You want me to come with you? Of course! Well, I'll see you at the usual spot, Soul. You and Soul walk in the hallway towards your next class's classroom. Can't help but to check on Soul. He seemed nervous. You look down and see that his hand's shaking. What if he took his hand? I'm doing it. You gently wrapped your hand around his. His hand stopped shaking and went stiff. He eventually relaxed it and entwined his fingers with yours. I feel like that's something I would do. Like, someone's hand was shaking, I'd, like, hold their hand for them and be like, what's going on? That made you smile. The walk was silent, but no words needed to be said, seeing the growing smile on his face. He finally reached the classroom, and he peeked inside the door and saw Crow in his usual seat already. You turned your attention back to Soul. Just then, the classroom's door opened and there stood Crow. His eyes perked up upon seeing you. There you are, Ken, just in time for next class, too. And he noticed his presence beside you. His eyebrows perked up as he gave the tall student a soft smile. They're like the same height, too. Ah, hello there, Soul. What brings you here? Soul, however, was silent. His gaze was dark before responding. Just escorting her. That is sweet of you to do, Soul. Crow didn't mind the male any longer before returning his attention back to you. You should probably get in. The professor's coming anytime now. Oh, right. Thank you again, Soul, for coming with me. You entered your classroom along with Crow, failing to see Soul's ever-darkening gaze as his fist clenched, drawing blood. Dang it! Why are you so mad? I chose you, Pookie Bear. I want you. I really do. Look at him. He stares at the door, moving aside as he leaned on the wall right beside it. Soul looks... Oh, excuse me. Soul looked down to stare at his palm. Soul cursed. Poor Pook. It reopened. He raised his palm and licked the blood away! You little freak. Ichabod. It's always been you. Should have dealt with him years ago. Oh. But like, if I choose you, there's no reason anybody has to die. Go to your usual seat and set his crow, waiting for the class to settle, professor to come in. Basically, if you don't pass something, you're gonna not graduate or make it up to the higher class. And they need to make a short story. Bonus points if you can source out where you got inspo along with references. You hear a few whispers. Unfortunately for them, the professor notices as he slams the thin notebook on his desk, making someone jolt from their seats. Now I can allow you to head to the library and do your research, or stay here and brainstorm. You may begin. Crow stands up and turns towards you. I'm going to the library. You want to come with? You give him a nod, earning a smile from him as he makes his way towards the exit. Crow waits for you as you gather your things before leaving the classroom and heading to the library. Unlike lunchtime, where everyone is free, the library contains only a few students, some either doing their student duties while some doing their own research. Same spot then? You read my mind. Of course, it's one of your favorite spots. With a smile on his face, he makes his way towards your favorite table near the windows and settles down. Meanwhile, you make your way towards the tall bookshelf, scanning through each fine book as you try to look for something that might catch your interest. Minutes pass, and nothing seemed to catch your fancy. You picked up the closest book and hoped for the best. Feeling the thick book, you pull it out and nearly dropping it. It's heavy. Regaining your balance, you held on the thick book properly and checked the title. Bibliography of Marie Antoinette. Your eyebrows raised in curiosity. This might actually work. Okay. Something about a guillotine, execution, gruesome end. Starting this book, you tuck it under your arm for safekeeping. You look around the bookshelf to find something of the same genre. You notice another book that was a bit worn out and dirty. You inch closer to it, and the spine didn't have anything on it besides worn edges. You grab the book. However, the moment you grab it and pull it out, the bookshelf starts wobbling, and you immediately stop. I'm nosy. We pry it out. Come here, you. I got it. Whoa. The bookshelf wobbles, the force pulling the lone book, threatening to push you down. You held out your arms as wide as you could to rebalance the shelf to get it to stop shaking. Few books fell, making you wince, but you stabilized the shelf and you let a breath out you didn't realize you were holding. Hope nobody heard that. I hope nobody heard that. Anyways, what is this that's so stuck in the dang thing? Flipped it open to a blank page, no author whatsoever to say for the paper, its edges yellow from age and dust. I went through more pages to see printed words on it. The various torture devices of executions of the medieval times. How did this end up in the school library? Then again, I might be able to get some material out of it. You shrugged, closing the book, and you tucked it under your arm with a large biography book, and returned where Crow was settled. Welcome back. You find anything for your paper? Took a while. Nothing caught my eye but this one. You raised a large book and showed it to Crow. Queen herself. That's pretty interesting. What kind of paper are you going to make out of it? I was thinking maybe about how Tyrant Royal turned good but was punished regardless of her actions. How does that sound? Crow was silent, making you tilt your head. Maybe he didn't hear you correctly. That actually sounds nice, Ken. Can I ask what's the inspo? Oh. I just thought about something today. And about something you remember your conversation with Hugo back to the rooftop. Also, maybe I can get some extra points from the professor, you said with a wink and a nudge. Crow just chuckled. That's so. That's very smart of you, Ken. Why, thank you. Did a little bow, tipping your imaginary hat. As you did, Crow chuckled at your silly gesture before you two sat down on your seat. You skimmed through the book, taking notes, feeling your wrist aching. You stopped. A few squeaks of satisfaction escaping your lips as you stretched out your wrist. With the corner of your eye, you notice Crow's eyebrows tend to furrow as he goes through his book. You can feel his legs shaking underneath the table and an occasional tapping of his pen fills the quiet library. You took a peek on his supposed report paper, expecting a few words written, but instead you were met with a blank sheet void of words or even a droplet of ink. You're starting to worry. He seems restless about something. Crow jolts in surprise, his eyes wide upon the sudden contact. His legs stop shaking, and he turns full attention to you. Yes, you do, Pookie. Yes, is something the matter, Ken? Are you alright, Crow? Yeah, I'm alright. What makes you say that? You seem stressed. Let me guess, writer's block? You could say that. Crow lets out a nervous laugh. Then he went silent, his eyes returning to staring down at his blank sheet of paper. The silence was suffocating. The air is now a bit awkward. Your will to write dissipates and was replaced by your concern over the mail beside you. Say, I've got a bit of a scenario for you to play along with, Ken. Huh? Crow's previous gloomy attitude was replaced with a playful tone, facing his body towards you with his pen sat down, discarding his thoughts from the paper. His sudden change in demeanor caught you by surprise, but he didn't spare you a moment to question him as he raised his finger. Imagine yourself living at the same time as the Queen, and you were given the chance to befriend her even though you came from nothing. You often question how you managed to befriend the Queen herself. She's been nothing but kind to you, often inviting you to her parties and giving you the fanciest gifts ranging from dresses to jewelry. Now here comes my first question. What do you think of the Queen? I would see her as a friend. Sure, I'd be embarrassed from the amount of gifts she's giving me if I was in that situation, but I'd be thankful and probably say that her friendship is enough, and no amount of physical goods can measure up to the gratitude I'm feeling towards her. Crow went silent, a bit awed at your answer, and then a smile broke on his face, scratching his cheek, a smile growing wider towards you. Such a noble response expected from you, Ken. Now, what is that supposed to mean? You pout, crossing your arms. Crow merely chuckles. Then you can feel his hands brush against yours, squeezing your hand in the process. You swear you can feel your face heating up. Oh, but this scenario isn't over yet. It's not? No, here's the follow-up scenario. He sits up properly, removing his hand from yours as you anticipate his next words. Crow takes a breath, almost contemplating on his next words before speaking. What if one day you decided to go out to her palace wanting to either do groceries or even visit your family? And there is where you see a group of people. They're all mad at each other, throwing one profanity to another. Upon coming closer, it was about the Queen. If you decide to come closer, they're in a heated debate, with the loudest one, a farmer, loudly proclaims on how the Queen betrayed him. How the Queen is nothing but a greedy higher up, using the commoner's hard-working labor for her to throw parties and leave them starving. Then the other side speaks up, a woman, saying that the farmer's wrong, that the Queen has been nothing but good to them, providing them enough gold and food to keep them afloat. A child came and held on to the woman's leg, confirming her words. If it weren't for the Queen, the children wouldn't have homes. There you soon realize that there's a group of nuns, and behind them an orphanage, a few children peeking through the windows as they try to comprehend what is going on and why is everybody screaming. Having had enough of the fight, you returned to the queen's castle. But just when you thought you'd escaped the circulating argument about the queen, you heard whispers from the nobles along the hall. The queen is nothing but a fraud. She is nothing but selfish. She is doing nothing but bringing misery to the people around her. She isn't fit to be a noble. But that's pretty odd, isn't it? They're the same group of nobles. Why would the nobles who the queen helped try to stop war from raging? Why are they talking about her? Is there something you aren't aware of about the queen, or are they doing it out of pure hatred? He opened his eyes, the light still absent within his blue orbs, focused on the gaze. He leans back, form straight and firm. Now, here's where you come in, kid. Which side do you believe in? The queen who has been nothing but kind to you, or the rumors circulating around her about being a neglectful noble and a selfish woman? A tyrant. He says the word tyrant with so much venom he spat it out like poison in his teeth. You thought long and hard on this little scenario, multiple thoughts swirling in your head. This all seems complicated. Take your time. It's time for you not to respond, just tell me. But I'd love to hear your answer. I feel like what is he referencing this to? Like, I feel like this has to mean something, because I'm like, there has to be a point to this. There's no way this is just for, like, kicks and gigs. Like, there has to be some sort of reason you're asking me this, otherwise you're wasting my time. I feel like I'd still believe the queen, because the queen's my friend. She had people standing up for her as well. So I feel like she's not the bad guy. But I feel like whoever he's talking about, he does not like, because he's like a tyrant. They're a tyrant. And he's like all mad about it. So I would still believe in the queen. I believe the queen. You do? I do. Even if the rumors say that she's a bad person, even if she's the cause of so many people suffering under her reign, that's the loophole. It's just a baseless rumor. If I want the truth, isn't it better to ask straight from the queen? If she's aware that she's causing people so much suffering, then I'd rather take it to her, knowing that she was aware, and proceed to be honest with me rather than lie to me. I honestly agree. Like, that's kind of how I feel. For a moment, Crow sat in silence, his hands nestled in his lap. You couldn't see them. He took notice of the way his shoulders trembled, his eyes gleaming. Is he about to cry? Oh goodness, I didn't mean to. Crow, I'm so sorry. You're too trusting. You know that, Ken. That could attract potential danger. What? I just did what you told me to do, and that's answering your scenario. His playful demeanor came back quick, as if he did not just make up the most gut-wrenching scenario known to man. He laughed, holding his chest, and he wiped a stray tear away from the corner of his eye. What was with the sudden scenario question for anyway? I just thought it'd be a good idea for my paper, am I right? I have to admit, it was a good idea, and can probably entertain your teacher for quite a bit. I can't believe you let me go through that brain exercise just for a silly paper of ours. Well, better get to writing, Ken. We're almost out of time. What? How about you? Your paper's still blank. If I could make up that silly scenario, then I can absolutely make up another one on the whim. Plus, your response was enough to fill my little writer's block, so I'd like to thank you for helping me. Ugh, you're so good when it comes to writing stories, Crow. You should be a writer. I'll think about your suggestion. Why is everybody in this so proper? I'm like dying with how much breathing I've been doing. I feel like it's been an hour already, and my voice is tired, and I feel like we have a lot of stuff going on. I'm just confused. I'm so tired. I think I'm just tired of sitting in front of the screen. The game's good. Like, don't get it twisted. The game's good. Like, I'm entertained, but it's because I have to read all of this out loud that I'm like, oh, why is there so much writing? You stretch your arms, let out a sigh of relief, look at your paper and skim through it one last time. You were caught up in convo with Crow and you forgot about the book you brought along. Picked it up and started flipping through the pages. Torture devices, execution devices. What the heck are you reading this again? Turned to another page and it was a well sketch of a tall and bulk man, half of his face covered by his hood, while a large axe settled behind him. Okay, mysterious man? Why is he kind of reminding me of our mysterious man? Okay, he's got the tired, sleepy eyes and like a little chain around his neck. His arms were filled with scars while his neck was a chained collar. He looks like those killers you'd see in a slasher film. Okay, maybe I have mental problems because I was like, dang, he can't fly. Underneath the illustration, it reads executioner. Some executioners were feared by the public, while the rest respected them, but mostly people shunned them for their field of work. The old times were sure brutal, you murmured over under your breath. Closing the book, you then stacked it on top of the other books you and Crow had borrowed. Handing out your paper to Crow, he gladly accepted it and stacked it on top of his own paper. Shall we head back? You nod along. After you finish stacking the books you borrowed from the librarian or her assistant to get it. I can't wait for the day to end. Same here. Crow chuckles as you and him left the library. The day eventually came to the end. Few rays of the sunset light shine through the hallways as you and Crow walk through. Do you have anything else to do today, Ken? Well, I do have some quick grocery shopping before I get home. Ah, can I come with? Really? Fine if you don't have other things to do. Like, look for Brittany and the others. Not really. Besides, Daryl has after class practice, same with Gio. Whew. As for Brittany and Jess, they're catching up on their business proposal. But don't you also need to catch up? I can do them tomorrow. I like to spend the rest of the day with you, Ken. Your voice got caught in your throat and you can feel your face heating up. Stupid gross, stupid feelings. Alright then. Crow lets out a small cheer, kind of like a mini jump from that game with an Italian plumber. It made you giggle a bit. Without wasting much time, you and Crow head out of the school campus. The sun slowly sets in the horizon after you and Crow finished up buying some groceries. Crow offered to carry the bags and walk you home, just like the day before. We should do this every day. Don't you live on the other side of the city? She's so slow. She's like, I'm in love with you. And she's like, why are you going out of your way for me? Wow, you're such a good friend. Like, I can basically feel the like, ah! Nothing wrong with that. Plus, my place isn't that far from the school anyway. So, walking to your apartment and back is nothing to me. Don't tell me you're the kind of person who would travel from one city to another while saying it's walkable. Crow laughed, shrugging his shoulders, as if saying maybe. I love walking, especially during the night, and more especially even when the stars are out. Okay, so the stars, the sky's awake, so I'm awake. I kind of agree with that. Okay, let's check on this. What? Just because we interacted with him? Oh, because we didn't skip with him. Guys! Why is it so hard? Staring up and down, your eyes often lingering to his hand. The temptation to hold it was gnawing at you, making you fidgety. This didn't come unnoticed by Crow as he gradually slowed down until he came to a stop setting down the groceries. He stopped as well, raising a brow of concern as he looked at you with keen eyes. Do you feel cold, Ken? No! What makes you think that? Not much of a warning. He takes both of your cold hands, cupping them between his large ones, and begins to blow on them. His warm breath easing your cold fingertips. Your hands are now warm, but they couldn't compare to the heat of your face now reaching the tips of your ears. You keep shivering, so I thought I'd warm you up a bit. Sorry I don't have a jacket. I doubt my vest would do much to help. It's alright, Crow. I don't need to. Your face is all red. Are you cold? You want me to hold your hand during our walk? Ah! Ah! I feel like I should decline because look at this. We're gonna lose our other Pookie. Like, too much is happening. Let's decline. It's alright, Crow. Besides, I can warm myself up once we get to the apartment. Crow smiled dejectedly. Alright, but do tell me if you need any help. You're already doing a lot by carrying my grocery bags, Crow. This is more than enough. He chuckles, muttering a soft, oh right. We're back, picking up his bag and holding it in one hand. You and Crow continue on your walk. I'm sorry, I have to reject you. I'm gonna drip, drop. That's odd. Something the matter? Kind of feel something. Oh, freak. What seemed like a soft drizzle suddenly turned into a wild downpour. You and Crow run for it as you try best to keep yourselves dry. Crow shielded your groceries from getting wet. Thankfully, the side of your apartment complex came into view a few feet away. A relieved sigh escaped past your lips. You turned to Crow, who was doing everything he could to keep your bag dry, not even caring about the droplet of rain rolling down his street and his damp hair that clung to his face. Just a few more steps, Crow. We're almost there. Ran up the road, hearing Crow's heavy footsteps following behind you. All of a sudden, he stopped, his head turned towards the bushes, his eyes growing wide as he opened his mouth in a near gasp. Crow, what's wrong? Oh, 1 sec. Let's get these groceries and you to cover. Huh? Crow hastily shoves your semi-damp plastic bag towards you in your arms, carrying the weight of your groceries. He blinked a few times in confusion. Crow? Whoa! Without warning, he lifts you off the ground with one of his arms around your shoulders and the other one under your knees and hoists you up. Why is he grabbing me? The shock of your feet leaving the pavement floor caused you to shriek as you clung around Crow's neck, feeling his damp body pressed against yours. Jericho, what on earth? Crow runs up to your apartment, carrying you like your weight meant absolutely nothing. He seems distracted at but your protest going unheard. What did he see in the bushes? Is it Soul? Is it bad guys? Who is it? He sets you down before turning and running back the way he came. Get inside the apartment. I'll be right back. He gripped your grocery bag tight as you stared at his figure, your heart drumming quite loudly within your chest. Did he just pick me up and carry me all the way to the apartment, obviously? He barely even grunted. Someone so lean, you never expected him to actually lift you like a sack of feathers. I mean, that's kind of attractive. You start to wonder if he works out. You 2 days had afloat from what had just occurred to realize that Crow came back. You gasped as you looked at his body, now drenched head to toe, his hair dripping with water. His shoes sloshed as he walked, and his wet clothes clung to his skin. You noticed his vest was missing, and then you spotted it in his arms wrapped around something. Oh, he saw a kitty cat. But why did he have to carry us up if it was just a kitty cat? Sound came from the bundle that he carried in his arms, causing you to snap out of your thoughts. Did his vest just sneak down? Let's get inside before we get any colder. Okay, inviting yourself into my apartment. I mean, I wasn't gonna tell him no. He's like soaking loud. I'd be like, walk home. Walk home. Meow. Meow. You made your way inside and grabbed 3 different towels. One for you, one for Crow, and one for the new little friend. Couldn't bear to leave him in the rain. The poor guy must have gotten abandoned by his mom. Oh, look at it! I have such a soft spot for black cats, brown cats, and orange cats. They're so cute. I just want them. Want them all. Wrapped in a small towel is a tiny black kitten. You know, we should be thankful that my landlord wasn't at his usual desk, right? Pets aren't allowed here. Other than that, Crow paused a bit, understanding where you were coming from. A low chuckle left his lips, scratching his wet cheek. You probably won't appreciate the puddle we made on this doorstep. Precisely. Smith let out a small, awkward laugh, hoping that you wouldn't get caught. The following day, by the cameras around. Oh, is she in like a dormitory or something where no boys are allowed? Shoving the thought aside, you and Crow stare at the kitten, now wrapped within the towel. Its beady eyes seem to be staring at the both of you before breaking into meows. You can feel your heart melt, and so did Crow's. I'll take care of this little guy for now. You should probably dry up, Crow. Is that okay? I didn't expect to actually end up staying at your place. I won't be long, though. I'll get out of your hair as soon as I dry up. Honestly, I don't mind you staying a bit longer. It's no problem. I don't want you to catch a cold because of me. We'll take turns then. After I dry up, I'll take care of the kitten next. Sure, let me get you something to change. There's no need to. Without giving you a chance to protest, you quickly head out to your bedroom. Rummaging through drawers and cabinets, you try to find something that would fit him. Then you remembered an oversized shirt you received during last sports day. Never understood as to why everyone needed to buy that shirt, but when you got yours and they ran out of your size, you had no choice but to accept the shirt that was one size bigger than yours. Taking it out of the drawer, you made your way back. Head back to the living room, seeing Crow, who remains in his spot. His shirt had partly dried, and he had taken the little kitten into his arms. The creature was snugly wrapped in a warm blanket, reminding you of a little burrito. What was that? Taco Cat. Taco Cat spelled backwards. It's Taco Cat. Just in case you guys were curious on that one. The view was to die for, and you would have spent more than a few seconds admiring if you hadn't noticed Crow's shoulders shaking from the cold. You're shivering. Nothing I can't handle. Lies. The cat is doing a better job at getting warm than you. You tease, rolling your eyes as you shove a shirt at him and another fresh towel. Oh, don't look so sad. He chuckles, forced to give up the kitten. To you, he accepts the change of clothes. Carrying the kitten in your arms, you lead Crow to the bathroom, and he thanks you before stepping in and closing the door behind him. Hearing the tweak of the valve and the familiar sound of the shower running, you remember how Crow shivered all the way to the bathroom. You turn your heater up a bit before settling back down on the couch. You turn your attention to the kitten, its fur now dry thanks to you and Crow. Small feline looks up at you and meows, its little beady eyes staring up at yours. You put a finger on its head and pet it gently. Meow. I love the little meow. Meow, 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 meow. You must be hungry, little guy. You're lucky I went grocery shopping. Skipping the tiny kitten in your arms, you made your way towards the kitchen. Setting the kitten on the counter, you rummaged through your fridge and cupboards for a clean bowl. You gave it almond milk, and you warmed it up. While the kitten looked around, and it was shivering in fear and caution of the unknown territory, remaining curious, continuing to look around. Goodness gracious, why are there so many words? I'm starting to get confused. But it's almost over. Well, this day is. I hope. Setting a bowl of milk in front of the cat, you grab the chair, patiently waiting as it creeps closer to the bowl. It takes one lap of the milk, then another, then one more before it happily drinks it all up. A warm smile makes its way to your face. Seems you've got yourself all settled in. Like, I don't know why, I just cannot view Crow as a man. I just can't. He's just too girly pop for me. You heard Crow's slightly amused voice as you turned around to face him. You momentarily stopped at the sight of him standing there, wearing the fresh shirt you handed him with a towel around his neck. Now, out of its usual braid, his hair was wet and loose, a few droplets dripping from the semi-dry strands. Thanks for letting me use your bathroom, cuz you don't mind me hanging. You don't mind me hanging my vest, right? I don't mind. You can just hand you. I can just hand your stuff to you tomorrow if you'd like. Crow didn't answer as his gaze pointed downward, dipping his head in an attempt to conceal the slight tint of pink blush on his face. He raised his arm, hint of embarrassment in his voice. Sorry, I didn't think I'd end up staying here for a bit. But I'm thankful either way. Also, isn't this the first time I've been to your apartment? You've got a nice place. Oh crap, he's actually right. You've never really got any visitors, except for your father and your landlord. Other than that, you've never had anyone here until now. And it's Crow, too. Just you two. Alone. Probably talking too much. You should be changed too. Crow's voice snaps you out of your thoughts, and you look up to realize he had already picked the kitten up from the counter. Crow holds it in his arms, the feline faintly purring as it snuggles close to his chest, relishing in his warmth. Never thought you'd see the day you'd be jealous over a cat, but here we are. Okay. Getting up out of your chair, you accompany Crow back to the living room before going to change yourself. You take a shower. The water is warm. You are thinking about Crow and the cat. Who's gonna keep it? Why did he save it? And more importantly, how long is he planning to stay here? You look up, seeing a soaking wet vest and polo hanging on one of the bathroom railings. You should probably throw that in the dryer along with yours after. You let it aside, not wanting to waste any more water. You probably spent the next 30 minutes contemplating your life in that shower. You got out, dried, and dressed. You returned to the living room, finding that Crow had made himself comfortable in your couch with the cat. He lifted up his head, sensing your presence. Welcome back. The cat's starting to relax. It's almost as if he belongs in this place. He chuckles. You made your way to him, and you sink on the couch right by his side. Your gaze at the cat in his lap, and purring away in content, you bit the bottom of your lip. Cat 2, Kinsey 0. Have you thought of a name yet? Actually, no. I've never really been good with names. How about you? You thought of a name for it? He tilts his head to the side, awaiting your answer about his inquiry. I don't want to name it. Wait, but then he's like, I'll have to keep it, probably. Do I have to keep this cat? I don't want to. Now we're gonna make him name it. Why don't you try to name it? Me? The names I usually give are quite corny. Oh, come on, it's not that bad. He had a glimmer of hope in his eyes. Are you sure? Of course I am. Are you really, really sure? Yes. You roll your eyes in a mock annoyance before giggling. Seeing that you're not budging from your choice, he sighs in defeat with a little troubled smile on his face. Crow gazes at the ceiling in deep thought, and he hums, biting the inner of his cheek as he closes his eyes, taking on a very serious task of giving the cat a great name. He looks down at the kitten, and his blue eyes mirror his blue orbs, and they stared at each other. Ah! Regulus? Regulus. That's right. Regulus? 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 It's named after the brightest star in the Leo constellation. Plus, his eyes are blue. Crow turns toward you, seemingly excited as he holds the cat in front of you, showing you his eyes. You have to agree, its eyes are a bright shade of beautiful blue, reminding you of sapphire gems. How's this going? Okay, he's winning. I feel like this keeps changing, and I'm like, ah. Felix starts first and shines his eyes further, helping it pop like a twinkling star in the night. He thought it was like cursing the cat after a constellation. Goodness gracious. I think that's a beautiful name. You don't think it's too complicated or too corny? I personally do. I think it's extremely complicated. Because I don't even know how to pronounce it. Corny? Nah, it's quite unique. I've never even come close to thinking of a name like that. It's named after a star. You give it a beautiful name. I love that. I would have said nerdy, but I felt like it was a little mean. I avoided that. But nobody can know how to pronounce that or what it's about, but it's alright. Thank you. I'm surprised that you didn't think it was weird. It was quite an unusual name. Yes, it is. No, not weird. If anything, the little guy deserves to have a name that is one of a kind. That's true. I just love seeing you being you, Crow. You spoke so sincerely that you and Crow fell silent for a minute. No kissing. No kissing. There's a pleasant kind of silence. Stared into each other's eyes as if an invisible force was pulling you together. Okay, poet. The kitten's noise felt like electric zapping the two of you as you both pulled away. You coughed and Crow cleared his throat, plastering on a familiar smile to his face. Yeah, yes, you're right. Anyway, do you want something to eat? I can eat up some Hot Pockets we bought. Ooh, Hot Pockets. This one's so good. I'm starving. Ready for this to be over though and go eat some. That would be wonderful. The sun had set behind the horizon hours ago. The sky was black and the rain was pouring just as hard as before, so he decided to stay a little bit longer and enjoy your company. He couldn't sleep soundly nearby on a makeshift bed that you made together with Crow. You sit beside him on the couch, the living room dimly lit with nothing but the television running what seems to be a slasher film. Okay, hear me out. Why did they have to make the serial killer so hot in this movie? They always do! Oh, they always do. I'm like, why did you do that? Excuse me? I mean, look at him. He's clearly a pretty boy with that blonde hair and the charming smile. But that makes sense, right? Especially with this killer in the movie. Cunning, charming, he's a good manipulator, having to entice people so that he can kill them and then throws the detectives off, right? I guess that makes sense. They did a good job casting whoever the killer is. Pretty good. You know the actor? No. How about you? Surprised you don't know him. He's one of the best multi-talented idols in Titus City. Cast your eyes back to the screen and you're greeted by the serial killer's actor. Golden hair, pink tips, eyes that shone brightly, and the smile that was so alluring, like a magnet. It's hard to carry your gaze away. He almost looks like an actual angel. He's known as Ares. Besides being an actor, he's also a singer and a model. Wow, sounds like a big shot. He's also Jess's favorite actor. Did you know Jess owns one of the biggest fan pages for this guy and has been recognized by him and many fans? Really? That's quite an achievement. I agree. Face card like that, how could anyone not fall for him? Don't tell me he's your type. I mean... Oh, really? You can do better. I didn't even say anything. Crow merely puffed his cheeks, refusing to meet your gaze. Don't tell me he's jealous. It's kind of cute. Let me a jealous man. Not insanely jealous. Like a little bit of like a, like a little bit of, or like, some other man's talking to you, and he like walks up and he's like somewhere on you. He's like, hey, who's this? That kind of jealous. Not gonna murder him and his entire bloodline because he looked at you. Kind of jealous. Well, there's no way in hell I could even make it to the same level as an idol. So don't worry your pretty little head over it. The room fell silent, neither of you uttering a word as the TV becomes background noise and you fiddle with your fingers. You start feeling conscious of the man beside you. From your peripheral, who's discreetly trying to check up on Crow, only to realize that his whole attention was already on you. Oh, that's embarrassing. Hey, Ken, if given the chance, you could have anything in the world, what would it be? Another one of your little trivia questions, Crow? You laugh lightheartedly, attempting to ease the atmosphere. Now, Crow did not seem to be on board, so you shut yourself off quickly. You bit your lip as you felt Crow leaning in close to your face and his breath brushing against your cheek. The movie becomes muffled in incoherent noises as the rapid beating of your heart floods your eardrums. Why don't you answer first? He chuckles lowly, sending a shiver down your spine. Crow surprises you when he rests his head on top of your shoulder. The intimate gesture makes your heart stop. Oh my goodness. They're even! I'm stressed. Before you could say anything else, he buries his face in the crook of your neck, making you freeze. Why are you doing this? You prayed he wouldn't hear just how loudly your heart was beating. Oh, he's going to. Dodging the question this time, huh? Well, if I were to have anything in the world, I'd love to have more time. More time with you. More time to spend with you. Kind of selfish of me, huh? At this point, you aren't sure if he's talking to you or himself. You glanced at Crow from the corner of your eye, noticing his downcast gaze, and he smiled at himself, but all you could see was that desperate expression that he failed to suppress. You didn't dare ask what was wrong. At a loss for your words, you chose to remain silent. You stayed in that position with Crow for what felt like a minute, the hurt on his beautiful face replaying in your head. You swallowed and lifted a hand, gently placing on the back of his head, and you relaxed when you felt Crow ease upon your touch. Okay, so he's basically like, I am so in love with you. Why don't you love me? I'm so in love with you. And we're like, I'm gonna like literally pretend that this isn't happening. Because okay, bold move. Like, what's going on? Taking that as a sign, you proceed to stroke his hair, brushing along his now soft, dry locks between your fingers. I should probably get going. Already? He pulls away and looks you straight in the eyes. Multiple swirls of emotion fill his dull orbs. Drowsiness, uncertainty, longing. With one last exhale, Crow finally gets off you and stands up, a few groans escaping his lips as he stretches his limbs. With his hands on his hip, he gives you a smile. You couldn't shake off the feeling that it was done just to reassure you. The rain's slowing down a bit, plus it's getting quite late, and I haven't contacted my relatives yet, so they might be really worried by now. Are you sure you don't want to stay the night? You want to say it so bad. You really want to, but you can't. You shouldn't. You clench the fabric of your shirt above where your painfully beating heart lies. You're probably right. Let me get your clothes out of the dryer and I'll see you out. Thanks, Ken. You're the best. Are you sure you'll be fine, Crow? Yeah, I already called my driver. I'll probably get an earful from him, but that's alright. They're gonna question me about Regulus, but I'll think of an excuse. I'm sorry I couldn't keep him with me, Crow. No, it's alright. In fact, I already know who would be the perfect cat owner for him. With the kitten crate on his arms, Crow did a mock-up face of a grumpy person, exaggerating his expression with his teeth puffed out and shoulders raised. I know exactly what he's talking about. You can only make a wild guess on this mysterious identity. It's a shame that your apartment had a no pets policy, and the fact that you know absolutely no one who could take care of that cat. After talking it out with Crow, he decided to take the kitten with him. Thankfully, you had a few spare boxes lying around, and you gave one for Crow to place the kitten in. Safe and fun! His brow raised in a slight surprise, then a soft smile painted his features. With his dominant hand, he ruffled the top of your hair, messing your hair up a bit and earning a chuckle. Hey now! I had fun too, Ken. See you tomorrow? Yeah, see you tomorrow. You two move. Whoa! You move to close the door, but stops with a sudden sensation of something soft landing on your forehead. He's kissing her forehead! Oh, what? Oh, that's so cute! Your eyes travel up, realizing that Crow had just given you a tender kiss near your brow. Your face heated up as your brain short-circuited at the feeling of the soft lips lingering on your skin. Good night, Ken. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, hold on. What do you mean? Oh my gosh, and they're still somehow even. What the heck is going on? He gives you a casual wave, Regulus peeking out of the box to give you one last look, as if bidding you goodbye before you finally closed your door. Okay, that was the sound of my jaw, not the thing. I opened my jaw, like, mouth agape. I thought I heard, like, creepy music, and I was like, ah! That tease! She's finally back, huh? Who's back? Come on, Regulus, let's go home. Who's back? Who's back? What's going on? Is that it? Is that all there is? Is that really it? Oh, good. Oh? Oh. We got a whole lot of Crow and, like, none of Soul. What? So cute. Okay. Dang. Wow. Hmm. Wow. I guess that is all that we have. I thought there was gonna at least be more. She was like, the whole game is probably around 2 hours, I thought. But this is already an hour. But I'm gonna go. Have a great day. My mom needs